you guys have this ongoing thing. We're just looking at this dynamic that's been illuminated about this sort of, I'm afraid to speak my truth because if I do, it's going to have all kinds of negative consequences. So I have to swallow my truth. And instead I have to live as a parody of myself that I think is acceptable to others, even though I'm not exactly sure what they want of me, and I'm just guessing the whole time and making believe that I know what they want. But if they really love me for me, then couldn't I be my truth? But I'm not sure they actually love me for me or love me for the truth that I think I've been projecting. And I think that might have changed over time, but I'm not sure it's changed all the way to me being actually my real truth. And if I'm not really my real truth and they really don't love my real truth, and I don't know who my real truth is. Do I love my real truth? Oh God, what's going on reality TV? That'll be easier to think about than this shit. Pretty close?
That's true.
Yeah, being human's a hard thing. Yeah. And then we come along and we're like, oh, be your truth, love yourself. And you're like, fuck. How the hell am I supposed to do that? And what's sort of good about doing that? And we say, well, you know, we're going to say, look around at your body. Is your body happy? Well, not all the time. Mm-hmm. Are you happy? Oh, not all the time. Are you afraid of who you are? Sometimes I'm afraid that if I show people who I am, they might not like me. Because I kind of don't like me. I mean, I kind of don't like my truths because they make me uncomfortable. And if I'm uncomfortable, that has to be wrong. And since I'm wrong, then other people won't like me. So I better just be right all the time. And the way I could be right is that if I feel uncomfortable, I don't let anybody know. That sometimes works. And then every once in a while I blow up because I can't stand it anymore. Then I'm sure they won't love me. And every time we get in any sort of disagreement, they bring that up, that I blew up that one time, and then I know they don't like me. Damn it, what should I do? Whew. That's heavy. You know, when we say, be your truth, be your truth, be your truth, and you go, oh, that hasn't necessarily worked out in the past. The truth is you have not actually tried it. What you've done is you have this sort of costume that you're wearing, right? You got this costume and everybody sees your costume and you think, okay, it's all right. The costume's working for the most part. But what happens is inside of you, you have a desire that's unsatiable that says, I want to know who I am. You wouldn't be here with us if you didn't want to know who you are. So you work real hard on knowing who you are, and then you put a costume over it when you go see other people. That's only tolerable to a certain degree. And then at some point you just say, I can't do it anymore. And I'm so afraid that if I take the costume off, no one will love me. This is where you got to start with ground zero. Will I love myself if I keep wearing the costume? Do I love me when I wear the costume? We sort of suspect the answer becomes no really fast. I don't love myself when I wear the costume. I don't love myself when I hedge my bets and I use but and I use just to modify my truth. I'm just desperately trying to make sure people like me, but I don't love myself when I do it. Ay, ay, ay. So what do you have to do? You have to back off till you love yourself. And then you gather people around that actually love you for you. Your body gets to go, oh, thank God. All those aches and pains that you're fighting with tend to back off because you don't have that rigidity that you're hanging on to with claws. You look younger because you relax. And you don't have to constantly be wondering, do I have the costume on tight enough so that no one sees through to the real me that I'm afraid they won't love? All the while knowing you're being loved for someone who doesn't reflect the truth of you. The terror of taking off the costume is real. We understand that. The reality of wanting to love yourself is more real. And the willingness to take that tough step that says, I'm going to admit to those I care about that I haven't been completely honest with them. And I'm just going to, there's that word just, I'm going to allow myself to display my truth. As my truth is worth being seen. And the way you know your truth is worth being seen is when you look at the people you love and you say, I want to know their truth. I honestly and legitimately and authentically want to know your truth. And I can't ask that of you unless I offer my truth to you. I legitimately want to know your truth. If you said to me, would you rather me lie to you and wear a costume or tell you the truth? We think most of the time, if not every time, you guys would say, I want to know your truth. But you won't give the same courtesy to another? Out of fear that they're not going to love you? Who are they loving? Who are you loving? Can you love yourself? Really comes down to that. Can you love yourself? And if you do love yourself, can you offer the version of you that you love to the world? Sure, there's fear. Are you leading with the fear, or are you leading with, this is who I really am, and I'm ready to be known for who I really am, and I'm ready to develop a community around myself who knows who I really am, and that's my most important truth. That's what I have to offer the world. That's what I want to give to the world. Most of you want to help people. Most of you want to be good in the world, do good in the world. That service mentality thing hangs on. This is one of the evolved ways of being in service mentality. It's to offer the truth of you. Offer that energetic. Give that gift. Go give that gift. Go give that gift. The great thing is you don't give it to one person. You emanate it out like the candle Eloheim was talking about. Just light that candle of truth and let it shine. It's not your business where it shines, who sees it. It's your business to keep it burning brightly and cleanly. We're going to go get Fred for you guys. Good night.
Thanks. You're welcome.